Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Mystic on a beautiful Tuesday. It's always nice when there's a little bit of sun peeking through, especially after a gray day yesterday. It's nice to just have that change. And it's just like life, the ups and downs. One day it's cloudy and the next moment it's sunny. So we take it in stride. My name is Kat, and I'm going to be guiding you through this practice for today. Of course, like always, if things don't feel comfortable, we always listen to our body first and foremost, and I want to empower you, encourage you to do just that. So let's get ourselves into a comfortable position, whether you want to be lying down on your back or seated. Notice what it feels like for you to allow for your body to just arrive at this moment. And making any kind of adjustments that you need to make. So we don't have to instantly go into this stillness. There can be this organic movement that you can create. So as you kind of turn that mind's eye inwards and you scan the body, you might notice it feels good to offer movement to an area, shifting and adjusting. And that's what life is about. It's about that shifting and being flexible to what arrives. Even noticing any kind of excess effort it took for you to get here. Let the jaw soften. Let the muscles in the face become slack and heavy. The lips can separate. Maybe you send some waves of softening into the shoulders, into the chest, even through the arms. You could be holding some residual tension within the hands. I encourage you to let everything become really soft. Notice the belly, how it rises and falls in this very organic and rhythmic manner. The legs, all the way down to the soles of the feet, everything becomes really heavy. And I want you to start to bring the awareness to the breath. Letting the breath be as expansive and as full as it can be. Letting the body settle into this moment. Maybe you start to explore the pattern of breathing by encouraging just a little bit more breath. Maybe there is this way that you can allow for the air to circulate around the heart space. And just notice what arrives in this moment when breath meets breath. Sensations roll in and out. The body can feel just a little bit more pliable. A little bit more awareness. just giving yourself another few breaths. For your last breath or two, I want you to notice what there is going on around you. Sounds, sensations. Where is the mind? And if you are seated, I encourage you to slowly start to roll back onto your back. And if you're already on your back and you're lying down, just encourage those knees to come in towards the chest. And you can start to circle out the ankles, or even notice what it feels like with those knees in towards the chest, maybe rocking the legs from side to side a few times. And you can even play with kicking the legs up towards the ceiling. Or even opening up into like a straddle, or just finding any kind of expression, any kind of movement that just offers this opportunity for us to explore the inner workings of ourself. Maybe stillness feels good, movement. What is it the body calls for at this moment? That inquiry of why, of how. You might even circle out those knees a few times, finding a breaststroking action so the knees can come into the chest, they separate away from each other, and then move to the bottom of the mat and circle back in. And you can do that as many times as it feels comfortable, keeping it as small as you need or as big as you want. You can go in both directions with those circles. Notice as you start to move, have you started to add tension back into the jaw, to the neck? Are there ways that you can come back to this practice to just soften? When you're ready, we can drop our feet down to the mat and just let the knees windshield wiper over to the right. And as you do this little twist, you might notice that it doesn't feel good for that left knee to come all the way down. Of course, you can shift if you want to, but it's okay. Whatever position we're in, see what it feels like for you just to own it. Let the knees lift, inhale, and on your exhale, drop them over to the opposite side, to the left. And again, that right knee might not come down all the way, or maybe it does. Maybe the right shoulder lifts a little bit. It's all good. As long as it is all good. Let those knees lift. Inhale, exhale, drop them over to the right. Inhale, let the knees lift. And exhale, drop them over to the left. Inhale, let the knees lift. And on your exhale, straighten the legs and extend the arms to the front of the mat, finding a big long stretch of the body. Hands reach away from the feet, circle at the wrists, wiggle the toes. And then we're going to bend our knees and bring our hands underneath our lower back, or underneath our sacrum area, the hips, and the legs will extend up towards the ceiling. So the hands in that position can help support the core and support the back. On your inhale, that right leg is going to come down to a hover. And on your exhale, I want you to draw your abs in and lift that leg back up towards the ceiling. On your inhale, let the left leg come down. And on your exhale, draw the abs in, leg lifts. So we're just going to continue side by side, alternating the legs. And I want you to notice as you move, what's happening in the shoulders? Are the shoulders starting to lift? Are they bunching towards each other? Can you relax them? Can you relax the jaw? Can you maintain that kind of pulling in from the belly button as the lower back presses down towards the mat? These are all little things. Are you moving faster than your breath? Can you go with the breath? I always love the opportunity to go slower because then we can really start to acknowledge what's happening with the body. And it gives us more time to just squeeze into those muscles that can support us throughout this practice. We're going to go for another 10 seconds. So this is just about time. The biggest gift that we have in life is our time. Gift to ourselves, gift to others. Next time you do it on the left, legs up, knees into chest, rocket, circle, anything that feels right for you. Take a deep breath in and out. All right, we're going to lift those legs back up to the sky. Hands go anywhere that they need to go to support yourself. So you can stay with that alternating movement, or you can move the legs together. They can lower down to a hover or any place that feels comfortable. And then on your exhale, they're going to lift right back up. So notice if you find that lower back, especially as the legs lower down, if that lower back starts to create a little cavern between mat and lower back, see if you can maybe bend the knees. Maybe that feels better. Or don't bring them down as far. And we're going to continue to go for about 20 more seconds. Notice if the chest is lifting as those legs extend. Maybe you want to go back to alternating. You have options, and that's what life is about. What are the options that we're seeking within this moment? The option could be to dive deeper into it. The option could be to pull back for our last 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees into the chest. When you're ready, squeeze them in. Circle out the ankles. Knees can rock side to side. Give yourself a deep breath in and out. Now hands can go anywhere that feels comfortable to support the core, underneath those hips, legs go up to the sky. Now we're gonna scissor our legs. So you're gonna cross the right ankle on top of the left and then switch. So small little scissors, crossing, crossing, crossing. Now right now we have the legs going straight up towards the ceiling. Maybe you decide you wanna start to lower them down to maybe a third. Or if you feel comfortable there, lower them down as far as it feels comfortable for you. Now I like this because this is giving us a little bit of agility within our legs too. But notice what happens again in the shoulders. The alternate thing you can do is to raise and lower the legs as you scissor, scissor, scissor them. It's a lot going on here. It's like rubbing our head, patting our belly, singing a song while we are trying to make a list. So just go at the pace that feels right for you. We only have 15 more seconds here. So you can go as fast as it feels comfortable, as slow as you want. Here we go for our last 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in, give them a squeeze. Drop the feet down to the ground. And then we're going to lift our hips up to a bridge so you get a stretch of those hip flexors. Take a deep breath in and out. Lower the hips down. You have an option here. You can roll over onto your side to come up to seated, or hook those knees into the chest, rolling forwards and backwards a few times to come up to your seated position. Once we come into seated, just finding this connection under our sits bones. Draw your right ear, right shoulder. And then lift up, left ear, left shoulder. And then lift up, right ear, right shoulder. We are going to start to play around with circling out and around our left shoulder. Now you can keep it with as big of a bend as you need to, or with as long of an extension as it feels comfortable within the girdle of the shoulder. Notice if you're becoming really forceful on the body, see if you can soften it. Maybe the head moves a little bit. And just give yourself one more breath. And we'll drop that left hand down, head comes up. And then we'll drop our left ear, left shoulder. The right arm is going to start to move, to circle. And again, you don't have to find one position for the body to be in. You can explore a range of motion that feels right for you. Give yourself one more breath. And then coming into center, lift those shoulders up to the ears, circle them back and around 2 more times. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, circle them back and around, and 1 more time. Inhale, lift them up, and exhale, circle them back and around. Bring your hands to the front of the mat and shoot those knees back. And we'll press ourselves back into our child's pose. So those knees can open as wide as they feel comfortable. Big toes might touch, but they don't have to. And you can allow for the arms to become really soft. The elbows can have a nice, generous bend to them. Wherever you are, just focus in on the breath. Focus in what brought you here today. How with every position we get in, our breath can change. Our body can change. We adjust. Give yourself 2 more breaths, knowing you can come here anytime you need to pause, to relax, and to be. Pressing yourself up into your tabletop position. Notice the texture underneath your fingers, the way that our body moves. You can come more into a tented position, fisted position, or 2 high fives coming down onto the ground. We'll find some cats and cows. So let the tailbone lift, belly lower, chest opens. Gaze can go forward, eyes closed or not. Exhale, round the back, press it up to the sky, bring chin to chest. On your inhale, lift the tailbone. See if you can draw those elbows in towards the ribs a little bit. Yeah. On your exhale, round the back, press it up to the sky. Just going a few more times at your own pace. And 1 more time. Coming into neutral, we are going to step right foot to the back of the mat. Digging the toe into the earth, you can shift forwards and backwards a few times and just even acknowledge the sensations from within the wrists. So as I shift forward and my shoulders might come in front of my fingertips, there might be a lot of pressure in the wrists. So why not adjust the hands? That might be a better place for you to go. And you can start to allow for this movement to get a little bit bigger. Maybe you press the hips back and you raise up the left knee. That might feel kind of interesting. You might even keep that knee raised if you want additional core awareness. But it's totally up to you. Just 1 more breath. We're going to take that left knee, drop it down if it's not. And we're going to take right foot and lift it up and over across to the left side. I want you to look over the left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, curl the right knee in towards the armpit. Inhale, step it back and off to the left side. And on your exhale, curl it in. Right knee, right armpit. 2 more times. Inhale, step it back. As you exhale, squeeze into those right obliques. Find that connection. Last time. Inhale, foot steps back, off to the left. Exhale, curl it in. Keep it curled in. Release down onto the left elbow. Circle out the right knee. And you can always come more into fingertips on right hand. Maybe relieving some of the pressure, circling out the ankle, going in both directions with the right hip. And then extend the foot off to the right side. And drop the foot down. We're going to walk our hands back. Come into gate pose. Now, if gate pose in this position doesn't feel good for the right hip, you can always bend the knee, find external rotation, drop the sole down. Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. On your exhale, right hand comes down. Left stretches up and over to the right side. Relax your shoulders. On your next inhale, both arms up. Left hand on your exhale comes down, and you're going to stretch right hand as far as it can go, bicep to ear. Good. Now take a deep breath in here. On your exhale, curl right knee and elbow into each other. Inhale to extend, and exhale, squeeze it in. 2 more times. Reach and squeeze. Last one. Reach and squeeze. Now reach, use those right obliques. Inhale, torso comes up. Exhale, hands to the front of the mat. Press your hips back. So you have the option here, shifting forwards, backwards, getting a big stretch within that right inner thigh. You could be still or have movement. Take 1 more breath. And out. On your inhale, we'll come back into our tabletop position, bending, bringing right knee under the hip. Now let's step that left foot back to the mat. And again, digging forwards and backwards. Shift the body. Giving yourself these ample breaths. And if you want to, again, raise the knee, that right knee can lift the whole time or drop down as you just find your own expressive free play. 1 more breath. We're going to drop that right knee down, and we're going to lift that left foot up and over to the right side. Look over the right shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Now on your exhale, take left knee and left armpit and bring them into each other. Inhale, step it back and off to the right side. Exhale, curl it in. 2 more times. Inhale, step back, and exhale, curl it in. Last time, step it back, and exhale, curl it in. Keep it curled in, and then drop down onto that right elbow. Circle out the left knee. In big or small circles, circling out the ankle. And then when you're ready, we're going to kick the foot off to the left side, and then drop the foot outside the left side of the mat. Walk your hands back. Come on up, gate pose. Again, modify any time you need to. Modification, sign of wisdom. Release our left hand down, right hand stretches up and over. On your inhale, both arms up. Exhale, take right hand down and stretch. Left ear bicep nice and close. Take a deep breath in here. Now on your exhale, curl knee and elbow into each other. Yeah, inhale to extend. And exhale, squeeze it in. 2 more times. Reach and squeeze. Last time. And squeeze. Now reach, tuck the pelvis. Inhale, torso comes up. Exhale, hands down. Shifting forwards, backwards, or finding stillness. Get a big stretch within that left inner thigh. Slowly pressing up. Tabletop position, left knee goes underneath the hip. Start to circle those hips around, big sweeping circles. Going in both directions. And then when you're ready, tuck those toes, lift the hips back and up, come into your downward facing dog. As you come into your downward facing dog, you might pedal out the feet, moving, shaking out the head yes and no. Maybe coming onto your tippy toes, bending those knees and lifting your tailbone as high as it can go towards the ceiling. Give yourself a deep breath in and out. Shifting forward, let's come into our plank position. And then as slow as you can go, we're gonna make our way down onto the ground. So you might drop your knees down, draw your elbows in towards the ribs, come down. At the bottom, releasing the feet, soles of feet, or the tops of feet come down. Inhale, squeeze those glutes, head, shoulders lift up. Finding your baby cobra, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze those glutes as much as you can. On your exhale, release down. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Tuck your toes, down dog. Bend your knees and walk your feet towards your hands. Coming into your forward fold, circle out the wrists. Maybe bringing elbows to the thighs, shaking out the head yes and no. You can also come into ragdoll position if that feels better, grabbing onto opposite elbows. Take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. When you're ready, bend the knees, hands to thighs on your inhale. On your exhale, let's roll up to standing. Circle, sweep arms up to the sky. Inhale, exhale. Hands come to our heart space. Relax the hands down. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. So even bending the knees, notice texture underneath the soles of the feet. What is there for you to take in this moment? And what is there for you to let go of? On your inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale, let's find our chair. So glide those hips back. Weight goes into the heels. Find that place, slight tuck of the pelvis. Inhale, when you stand up, press through the legs, squeeze the quads, grow tall. And exhale, sink into your chair. 2 more times, inhale up. And exhale, chair. And last time, inhale up. And exhale, chair and pause. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. Lift the corners of your mouth. I can't see if you're really doing it, so I'm going to trust. It's an exercise in trust. Draw the abs in a little bit more. So the sensations that we feel within our quads, notice how you label them. We might think things are challenging or hard or easy or, whatever. But those labels, what do they mean? Does it help you in this moment? Sometimes. Sometimes I label something, I'm like, yep, I'm right. That's it. Other times, no. A label doesn't need to be there. What's the experience? Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Slide your hands to your shins and come into a halfway lifted position. On your exhale, hands are going to come down to the ground. Let's step both feet to the back of our mat, coming into our plank. So our second time coming into this plank, do you want to squeeze those quads? Do you want to tuck the pelvis? Do you want to drop down onto knees? Totally up to you, right? Shake your head. Yes, this is your practice. Take a deep breath in Exhale, high plank, again, all the way down. Fight gravity as you come down to the ground. Releasing tops of the feet. Inhale, lift to our baby cobra. Just one more time. And exhale to release down. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. And out. We're going to get our feet together at the back of the mat, and I want you to swing right leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, we're going to bring that foot to the front of your mat. Now you can release the left knee down and use blocks for some support. Shift your hips forward. You can also use your knee too. So blocks or knee can make a great prop. Water bottle. Take a deep breath in here. And on your exhale, let's lengthen the front leg. Inhale to bend into the front knee. And exhale to lengthen. 2 more times. Inhale to come forward. Exploring this range of motion. Exhale to hinge back. And last time, come forward. And then press back. Now as you press back, wiggle your toes. You can even fan the foot from side to side a few times. Notice if you're hard flexing the foot, if you feel it directly behind the back of the knee, not exactly where we want to feel it. So see what you can do to let that sensation ride elsewhere. On your next inhale, we're going to drop the foot down. You're going to bring your left hand under the shoulder, either down on the mat or on a block. And then we're going to reach our right hand up to the sky. Play around with starting to spiral the arm around, big sweeping circles, or keep it small. Whatever you need for today, just focus on your breath. Focus on what it feels like for you to move. And one more time. Next time you have your arm up to the sky with no rush. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, release the hand down. We are going to tuck our left toes and lift the knee off of the mat. Just for fun, shift all of your weight to that front foot, to that right foot. Lift that left leg up. Fun. Take a deep breath in. Now on your exhale, we're going to step our left foot to the back of the mat to find warrior 2. And then we're going to take our left arm and then our right arm and spiral it open. So it's like you're playing a big, gigantic guitar. Yeah. Relax the shoulders. Move the feet. Look down at your foundation. What's going on? What's going on? Take a deep breath in. Sink down lower. Can you see your big toe? Can you let the knee stack over the ankle? On your inhale, let's sweep the arms up to the sky, straighten the front leg. And on your exhale, open it up. Sink down, warrior 2. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. And exhale to open. And last time, inhale up. And exhale to open. Flip right hand up to the sky, reverse your warrior. As you reverse it, what happened with the right knee? Did it lose a bend? See if you can explore sinking deeper into it. Grasping into our foundation, let that be what supports us. On your inhale, come back, warrior 2. And on your exhale, right elbow down, left arm sweeps to the front of your mat, extended side angle. You can even take, if you want, and let that right arm stretch to the left side of the mat. Or keep it where it is. It's all good. Relax the jaw. Take one more deep breath in, full range. Now on your next inhale, we're going to come up to warrior 2. We're going to lengthen the front leg, finding Trikonasana. Reach as far as you can to the right. Reach, 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 reach. And then once you can't do anything else, right hand down, left hand up, or hand to hip if that feels better for you. Bring the awareness into that left shoulder. Relax the shoulder. Relax the jaw. If you find your torso twisting to that left side, to the left side of the mat, can you lean back a little bit more? Maybe you come up higher. Notice what it feels like for you to go to a different place. Maybe it's a place you haven't explored before. Take one more breath. Relax the right toes. On your inhale, torso comes up. Right toes dial to the left side of the mat and interlace your hands behind your back. Yeah, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, hinge forward. You can allow for the whole body to hinge into this position. Now those arms could be reaching up towards the ceiling, or they could stay towards the lower back. Wherever you are, can you let your gaze look between your legs rather than at the mat? Take one more breath right here. And on your exhale, release the hands down to the ground. Walking hands over to the right, bend the right knee. As much or as little as you want, it's all good. And then come back to center and bend the left. Yeah, we'll do that one more time each side, or as many times as you want. Right? After all, this is your practice. And then as you're ready, we'll come into center. Now you can use a block or a water bottle or anything for support, or hands directly underneath the head. We're going to come into a halfway lifted position with our torso, rooting our left hand into the block. On your exhale, right arm is going to stretch up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in here and shift from heels to toes. Notice what it feels like for you to move within this structure. On your next exhale, slowly releasing the right hand down and letting the body relax for a second, shaking out the head yes and no. Coming into our halfway lifted position. On your exhale, take that left arm and stretch it up towards the ceiling. Again, maybe you want to shift from heels to toes a few times. See what that feels like. Relax the jaw. Take one more full breath in. Inhale. And on your exhale, slowly release everything down. Bend those knees, toe heel them together a few times. We'll roll up to standing. So as you roll up to standing, right toe is going to dial to the front of the mat. For ease of access, maybe lift the left heel as well, so the whole torso can face forward. We are going to take that left foot. We are going to swing it on top of the right thigh. In 1, 2, or 15 steps, because it really doesn't matter. Now, what happens here? I want you to hip hinge. Torso comes down towards that left shin. You can use your hands anywhere that feels comfortable. Then start to play with bending into that right knee. The more you press the hips back, the more opening you're going to get. Standing figure 4. Or toe stand. Yeah, give yourself a deep breath in. And out. Now we're slowly going to come on up. As we come on up, unhook the foot. We're going to step that left foot back about 2 feet or so. Hands to hips. Coming into Parashvattanasana, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, hinging from the hips, broaden that chest as it folds over the right thigh. Hands can come onto blocks. Gaze towards the back of your mat. Now, I personally like to do a lot of shifting, so I'll shift from my right foot to the left foot. And notice how those little threads of tension can dissipate or can intensify. Give yourself another deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. Now to come out of this, I want you to bend the right knee and just plant the left foot towards the front of the mat, coming into your forward fold, shaking out the head yes and no. On your next inhale, bend those knees a lot and we'll roll up to standing, circling and sweeping those arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands come to our heart space. Circle those arms up. Inhale, stretch up tall. Exhale, chair twist to the right as you come down. Inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Now as you come back to center, inhale, maybe lift the heels. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Lift the heels or not. Exhale, twist to the left. Back to center, lift. Exhale to twist. Back to center, lift. Exhale to twist. Back to center, reach up tall. Palms come to heart space, hinge forward, forward fold. Slide your hands to your shins, halfway lift. And exhale, hands to the ground. Step back into your plank or hop, whatever feels right. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, high plank to low plank. Inhale, either to cobra or up dog, dealer's choice. And exhale to your down dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Bend those knees, look forward, walk, hop, or step your feet to the front of your mat. Bend those knees, inhale, circle up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Slide your hands to your shins, halfway lift. And exhale, hands down, hop or step feet to the back of your mat, plank. Deep breath in. Exhale, high plank, low plank. All the way down or halfway down, you choose. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Dealer's choice always. Exhale, we'll find ourselves in down dog. Get your feet together at the back of your mat. Take that left leg, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, step that foot towards the front of your mat. Slowly releasing right knee down towards the mat. You can use those blocks, any kind of support you might need. Stacking mat. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, lengthen the front leg. Inhale to bend into the front knee. And exhale to lengthen. Wiggling those left toes one more time. Inhale forward. And exhale back, pause. Shake out the head yes and no. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. On your next inhale, drop that left foot down. Right hand under the shoulder. Start to spiral left arm up to the sky. Yeah. And start to circle that arm around 3-4 times. Notice the jaw. Now the next time you have that arm up to the sky, take a deep breath in. Exhale, release the hand down. Tuck those right toes, hands come off of the support that you're using. Lift that right knee up. Now look and propel all of your weight to that left foot. Right leg reaches up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, we'll plant that right foot to the back of the mat. As we come into our warrior two, I want you to spiral right arm, left arm. Now focus on the foundation here. Left foot facing forward, right foot turned off to the right, maybe turned in slightly more. We'll find our little movement. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, straighten the front leg, and exhale to open. 2 more times, inhale up, and exhale to open. Last time, And exhale to open. Flip that front hand, reach it up tall. Pause here for the exhale. Inhale, come on back, warrior two. Exhale, spiral left hand down, right hand stretches to the front of the mat. Or anywhere that feels comfortable. Now you can always take that left hand and stretch it to the right side. Yeah. Notice how all of these things affect us. What's happening with the left toes? Are they hanging on for dear life? Relax them. Using your right obliques, inhale, torso comes up, warrior two. Now let's lengthen the left leg. Pitch your hips to the right. Reach as far as you can with that left hand. Once it can't do anything else, drop it down. Right arm up to the sky or hand to hip. Relax the right shoulder back. Give yourself one more breath right here. Relaxing the jaw. Tuck your pelvis. Those right obliques. Inhale, torso comes up. Now as you come up, dial the left toes to the right side. You have an option here, 5-pointed star. Interlace the hands behind the back. You pick. Deep breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. Folding into it. You can stay here for a few breaths or release those hands down anytime that feels comfortable for you. So as we release those hands, maybe you choose to find movement of side to side. Bending the right knee, bending the left knee. Letting the breath just flow through you. What are the things that we learn in this moment about ourselves? Now, the hardest journey there is this journey of self-discovery. Parts of us we find are icky. Parts of it we love. But this whole thing, this mind, body, the soul, all of it we love. When you start to peel apart little pieces, it makes us feel separated. Give yourself another breath or two right here. Now when you're ready, toe heel the feet together once or twice, and we'll bend those knees, roll up to standing. As we roll up to standing, take those left toes and bring them back to the front of your mat. Now, if you like that little additional support, you can let the right heel lift as well. Bend into the left knee so it's ready. It's ready. And then you're going to sweep and cross a right ankle on top of the left thigh. And then hip hinged, torso forward. And when you're ready, then sit down into that left knee. You can go any place that feels comfortable, maybe using the wall for support. Again, support is a sign of wisdom. There's no awards to be had. There's just the sensation of feeling good within our own bodies. Notice how the legs quiver and shake and move and adjust. Slowly, we'll stand up tall, unhook the right foot, step it back about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. We'll find our Parashvattanasana, our pyramid pose. Hands to hips, broaden the chest. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, hinging from the hips, fold over the left thigh. Look to the back of your mat, shaking out the head, yes and no. Even doing that dramatic shifting from front foot to back foot. Notice how there's movement swiveling within the hips. One more breath. And then when you're ready, soften the left knee and just step that right foot forward to meet the left forward fold, shaking out the head yes and no. Bending those knees a lot. We'll roll up to standing. Circle, sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands come to our heart space. Bend those knees, inhale, circle those arms up. Exhale, hinge down through the center, forward fold. Slide your hands to your shins, halfway lift. And exhale, release hands down, hop or step your feet to the back of your mat. Come into your plank, squeeze the quads, shift forward, inhale. Exhale, high plank to low plank, elbows skim to ribs as you come down. Inhale, either upward facing dog or cobra, dealer's choice. Exhale, downward facing dog through tabletop or not. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, bend those knees, look forward. You can walk, hop, or step your feet to the front of your mat. Bending those knees, inhale, roll up to standing. Exhale, hands come to our heart space. Bend those knees, inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, we're gonna chair twist to the left. Or the right, it doesn't matter. Inhale, we'll do equal times. Lift the heels, exhale, twist to the other side, whatever that means. Inhale, back to center, reach those heels up. Exhale to twist. Inhale up. Exhale to twist. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge through the center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground, hop, walk, steps, feet to the back of the mat. Shift forward, inhale, knees to earth or not. Exhale, high plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, down dog or child's pose. Take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. Inhale, we're going to take that right leg, reach it up to the sky, and then we're going to step it behind the right hand. Yep. And then walk that right foot off as far as you can to the right side of your mat. Now, this is a great opportunity. Fold over the mat, drop the left knee down. We're going to come into lizard, okay? So, I like to use blocks. You don't have to in this position. You can stay and just allow for the knee to just rock from side to side. Just know that if you're walking to the outside of the right foot, bones are weaker, smaller there, so be kind. And then once you feel like you're ready, hips feel open, you can drop down on the outside elbow, on that left elbow. And then when you're ready, you can drop down onto the right if. No, you never have to. Take a deep breath in and out. Pausing here as long as you need to. And just letting the body settle and sink, knowing that you can always adjust. Maybe you come back onto the hands. Now you could stay here and just let it simmer. Or, if you wanted to, you can come onto the palms of the hands and then bend the left knee. Right hand can reach back and grab onto the foot. You also don't have to at all. Yeah. Take a deep breath in and out. We'll release hand and foot. Shift those hips back. And then from here, you are going to lift up the left knee. And we are going to step. Are you ready? That left foot going to come forward, sink down into malasana. Just notice the difference between the two sides. Relax the head, the neck. Find movement. Deep breath in and out. Hands down. Shift forward. Step that right foot to the back of the mat. Again, before you drop it down, you might roll over your mat before dropping the right knee down. And then once you're here, you might play around with letting the left knee drop open. Letting there be as much expression and play as you need. And of course, if you want to drop down onto the outside, the right elbow, and then the left at any point, you can go for it. Again, becomes an option, just an option. Like anything, do you want chocolate or vanilla? Do you want whipped cream? Options. It's kind of early for ice cream though, I guess. Not at all. Anytime's a good time for it. Take a deep breath in. And out. Now you could stay here if you choose to, or you can come onto the palms of the hands, bend that right knee, and then use that left hand to grab onto the right foot. Take a deep breath in and out. Release hand and foot. Tuck and lift the right knee off of the mat. And again, one more time, shift forward, come into your malasana. Now you might stay here in your malasana and just be like, this is good. This is what I need. You could sit on a block, pillow, anything that you have, or if you want, we can find crow. Just an option of play. You can do whatever feels right for you. If you want to come into crow, the hands make 2 high fives down on the ground about shoulder distance apart. You're going to start to let those elbows bend back, knees lift and drop. Your knees either on top of the elbows or to the outsides, and maybe you lift one foot and then the other. And just play around with that. Wherever you are, gaze goes forward as it can go. Don't look behind you. Nothing there. Look forward, forward, forward. Yeah. And we'll slowly take our time, releasing and dropping our hips down, coming out of our crow, or whatever posture we chose. We're going to let the knees open wide, soles of feet come together. Now you might play around. We always go to one place, and I talk about this a lot, habit. That habit goes, okay, here, check, check, check. Maybe you play around with having your feet further away and seeing what that feels like, just to find a different position. And then you might be like, yeah, no, I like it in a different way. But you never know until you try. You never know. And just giving yourself this spaciousness to explore. We come back to little parts within the body, the jaw, the neck. And we constantly, I invite you to constantly have little conversations. You know, notice where there's those pockets of tension, those muscles that are hanging on for dear life, and just see if you can soften without being forceful. Give yourself just another breath. And we'll slowly take our time to lift up. Hands go behind the back, and then bend your knees, letting the knees drop open towards the right side, and then letting the knees lift up and dropping them over to the other side. One more time, lift them up. Exhale to drop. Lift them up. And exhale to drop. Now we are going to let the knees lift. I want you to take your right foot. We're going to bring it over to the left side of your mat. Did I do it right? Yeah. Okay. So the right foot to the left side of the mat. And then we're going to swing the left leg back. Now you have a couple different options here. We're kind of like in like a little cheerleader pose here. We're going to come into pigeon, but you can find any degree of stretch that you want along the way. So sometimes coming from a softer place can encourage more stretch. So maybe you just start to play around with hinging over the right shin. You might just stay kind of here and allow for the left inside of the knee to stay facing down, on the inside, the arch of the foot to stay facing down too. That might be fine and beautiful. Or you can start to encourage the leg to go straight back. That might be fine and beautiful. Wherever you are, just allow for the body to just sink into a place that feels really comfortable for it. Taking 2 more breaths. Let them be as long and as slow. And we'll slowly let the torso lift up. Pressing over to the right side, swing left leg forward and cross it to the front. As you come over onto that left glute, kick the right leg back. If you're on your back, just switch sides. Easy peasy. Now again, as you just start to make your way forward over the left shin, maybe you keep a generous bend within the right knee, or maybe you encourage that leg to go straight back. Letting the jaw soften. Becoming aware of the subtle or maybe not so subtle shifts that happen. Notice how the body gets filled with breath. Taking 2 more long, slow breaths. Soften the jaw. To come out of it, bring your hands down to the ground and slowly let the torso lift. Now we're already on our left glute, so just roll back and bring your feet to the back of your mat, turning your back away from me. And then we'll slowly release down onto our backs, hugging those knees into the chest. And then letting the knees drop open to the right side in any way that feels right for you. Notice what happens in the left shoulder. Maybe it stays up high, or maybe it wants to find a place rooted down on the mat. Whatever feels right for you. Listen to the signals your body gives you. The signals are constantly happening, constantly evolving and growing and moving and shifting and adjusting. And then slowly letting the knees lift. And then we'll drop them over to the left. Jaw softens. Giving yourself another deep breath in. And out. Letting your knees lift one at a time or both together, and give them a big old hug into the chest. Thank you, body. Thank you, mind. Thank you, soul. Thank you, spirit. All the missteps we've had, all the successes we've had, regardless of it all, they brought us here to this moment where breath meets breath, where life is here. This single moment of now. Slowly release the legs to find your Shavasana. As you find Shavasana, the same way we came into class, adjust, shift, move before settling. And consider these words by Donna Faulds, Awakening Now. Why wait for your awakening? The moment your eyes open, seize the day. Would you hold back when your beloved beckons? Would you deliver your litany of sins like a child's collection of seashells, prized and labeled? No, I cannot cross the threshold, you say, eyes downcast. I'm not worthy. I'm afraid. And my motives aren't pure. I'm not perfect. And I haven't practiced nearly enough. My meditation isn't deep. My prayers are sometimes insincere. I still chew my fingernails and the refrigerator isn't clean. Do you value your reasons for staying small more than the light shining through the open door? Forgive yourself. Now is the only time you have to be whole. Now is the sole moment that exists to live in the light of your true self. Perfection is not a prerequisite for anything but pain. Please, oh please don't continue to believe in your disbelief. This is the day of your awakening. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. And slowly fill the body with breath. And let it go through the nose. And continue to take as big of breaths as you need, and maybe finding some movement that feels right for you, or stillness, or fetal position, anything that feels right. And if it moves you today to guide yourself up to seated, just reconnecting back into the body and bringing your hands into a prayer position right at your third eye. Practice kind thoughts for others, but most importantly for yourself. Bring your hands to your lips. Practice kind words for others, but most importantly for yourself. Bring your hands to your heart space. Practice kind intentions for others, but most importantly for yourself. Thank you so much for joining, for showing up as you are and being exactly who you are. All that I am bows to all that is within you. Namaste.